Hey everybody, in today's video, we're talking about why you haven't been getting great results with your fitness and nutrition, and we'll be covering some 40-something specific issues as well. So if you're in your 40s, you might think that your best days are past, especially as far as your body is concerned. You're probably seeing more wrinkles, sagging skin, and cellulite, and then your energy, your mood, and your hormones are probably all over the place. For some of you, you might be starting to experience some health problems, which often can creep up in your 40s. Believe me, I work with a lot of women in their 40s, and I'm in my 40s myself, and nobody tells you how rough it's going to be. Because of this, I really think your 40s is a time to stop fighting against your body and to start working with it. If you want to transform your body in your 40s, it's time to be gentle and not to go with the extreme diets and extreme exercise that you might have been able to get away with when you were in your 20s. In this video, I want to give you a little bit of hope. It's not all doom and gloom in your 40s. In fact, I've seen so many women in their 40s have the best transformations because this is a time of life where you finally have the resources and the time to invest in yourself. There are two things that you need to know about 40-something transformation. The first is good news, and that's that they're not as hard as you think. And the second thing is that if you haven't been able to get results to date, it's not because you're never going to be able to get results, it's just because you haven't been doing the right things. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video, the 3 biggest mistakes that are probably holding you back from getting the body that you want. And if you want a holistic approach that sets you up for not only having the body that you're longing for, but also being so much healthier and more vibrant as you hit your 50s, 60s, and even your 70s and beyond, then that's what you're going to get when you work with me. At the end of this video, I'll quickly run you through my programs and a very special over 40 program that I have for ladies like yourself. So stick around to check that out. I'll also link to the programs in the description of this video if you want to pop over to my website, femalefitnesssystems.com, and have a look at them there. Okay, so the first big mistake that you're probably making is that you're not following a good program, or you don't have a program at all. If you're struggling to make changes in your body, I totally understand how you feel. In my 20s and early 30s, I used to see these women in the gym who looked amazing. They had great muscles and they looked really athletic, and no matter how hard I trained, I just couldn't get myself to look like them. There were several things holding me back during that period of my life. The first was that I didn't know how to train properly. I didn't know how to program workouts. I didn't even know how to set up a workout. I didn't know about things like intensity and progression, which are basic weight training concepts. The other thing is that I was doing way too much cardio and mostly relying on group fitness classes to change my body. And then the other thing is that I didn't understand how to eat to get the body that I wanted. In my early 30s, I finally hired a good trainer, and it was only then, after working with him, that I learned everything I needed to know, and I had a major transformation in less than a year. And like most ladies, I wished I had invested in a trainer a long time before that. You see, the thing is, training isn't complicated, but you need to learn from somebody who understands things like programming and how to choose the right exercises for your body type and your goals. And the thing missing from most of the generic apps and programs out there that you might be doing off the internet or free things that you find on your phone is that they're not programming workouts for you, and they're not teaching you these basic weight training concepts, and they aren't taking into account your age, which is actually really important. So if you're over 40, you want your program to target things like cellulite and posture, If you have a desk job, it would be great if your program can help relieve some of that neck pain that you might experience or lower back pain. You want your program to be knee, wrist, and just overall joint friendly. It should take into account your pelvic floor, and just generally it needs to account for the fact that as you get older, your hormones are changing, you're probably more stressed out. It needs to be strategically programmed to take into account all of our special needs as we get older, and you're just not getting that from those generic programs that you're getting off the internet or the free apps on your phone. So that's the first big mistake that you're probably making. You're not following a good program designed by a coach who really understands where you are in life and who is going to support you be healthier and fitter, not just in the moment, but throughout your later decades as well. So the second biggest mistake that you're probably making is that you're not consistent. This is where you need to get honest with yourself. So many of you will say that you've tried so many things, but you can't get results. But in reality, you haven't been consistent with anything long enough to get results. For a lot of women, it's easier to be consistent with fitness than it is with nutrition. So let's talk about food for a minute. If you haven't been getting results, you need to be able to answer two questions honestly. The first is, do you actually know how many calories you should be eating to lose weight based on your specific metabolism? And then the second question is, are you actually tracking calories or somehow managing calories so that you can actually get results? Because if you're just doing things randomly, then you don't have the consistency or the data that you need to get results. That's why programs like Jenny Craig are so successful, because they control your calories for you. Each meal is calorie controlled. And so if you aren't going to be doing something like Jenny Craig, then you need to be using an app like MyFitnessPal on a daily basis to have some accountability. And if you commit to being consistent with calorie counting, I promise you, you will get results. So on that note, I wanted to show you what that consistency looks like. This is a testimonial from my Australian client, Vanessa, who got results training from home during lockdown in 2020. In 8 weeks, she lost 6 centimeters off her hips and 5 off of her waist. Vanessa is an awesome client because she put in the work right away. She bought into the process and she just ran with it. Here's her calendar so you can see how consistent she's been. The blue ticks show her checking off her workouts, and then if you look closely, you can see she's also tracked her calories every day, and she's been very consistently eating between 1,500 and 1,600 calories every day. When I was talking to Vanessa about the process and the results she was getting, she said to me that she wished she had known long ago that it wasn't so hard to get results. It just took a bit of consistency, and she wished that everybody understood that, and so she agreed to share her data here for you so that you can see that it just takes a bit of commitment on your part. And in reality, this was taking Vanessa less than an hour a day. The workouts probably took her about 40 minutes, and then after she got used to tracking calories, she could easily log them in less than 5 minutes. It's a really small commitment of time if you want to get results compared to a lifetime of fighting against your body. So that's the second mistake you're probably making, is that you just haven't committed to being consistent with anything long enough. And then finally, the third mistake that you're probably making is that you're just overcomplicating things and you're expecting yourself to be perfect all of the time. For a lot of you, you think that if you can't be perfect, then what's the point? And if there's one thing that 2020 has taught us, it's that life is going to put challenges in our path. They might be small challenges like a demanding boss at work, or a child who has a really busy schedule, or they might be bigger challenges like a health problem or a pandemic. And you have to be prepared for these and realize that during these times, you're probably not going to be able to be perfect, but being consistent is better than being perfect. And it's what you do most of the time that matters. It's really important that you get that you can't pause health and fitness. It's not going to wait for you. It's the ladies that do it in the long run that get results. And I wanted to give you a quick example from my own life. Last year, we bought a house and we had 5 weeks of craziness. We had to renovate this garage so that I could train clients, and we had to clean my old place as well as move into the new place. And it was just complete chaos. And for both my partner and I, it was really hard to get to the gym. We didn't have the energy, and it was really hard to think about preparing good meals. So we had to get really simple with things. And that's what I wanted to point out in this video, is that expect to be stressed and find some really simple ways to keep yourself on track. So for example, when we were in that period of renovating, we were eating a lot of pre-made soups and pre-made meals from the supermarket. We were getting things like sushi. We were doing a lot of pasta because it's fast and easy. And even though it wasn't perfect, we tracked our calories the whole time and we kept ourselves on track. And I went to the gym, but I didn't have as much energy or time as usual, so I was having shorter workouts, and I probably wasn't working out as much as usual, but I was still getting to the gym because I prioritize my fitness and my nutrition. And so that's the third mistake that you're probably making. It's expecting yourself to be perfect, and when you're not, you put it on pause, and you just can't pause things. So I hope you found this video helpful. Before I let you go, I wanted to tell you about my special program that I've created for women over 40. It has both a training program and a meal plan, so absolutely everything is taken care of for you. The training program comes with a home or gym option, and I'll choose a program for you when you sign up based on your fitness level, your body type, and your goals. You've got videos and detailed instructions for absolutely every single exercise, and I give you lots of options depending on what type of equipment you have at home if you're training at home. And then the meal plan is really flexible. You can count calories if you want, but if you don't want to, I've counted all of the calories for you, and it's sort of like a mix and match where you choose from over 60 simple recipes and build your day of eating. It's designed so that even if you want to have dinners with your family, you can use the breakfast, lunch, and snacks yourself to create the ideal day. And there's so much information in it. You can substitute any ingredients you want. You can substitute meals. It's really designed to be the ultimate meal plan. And I don't have time to be messing around in the kitchen. So like I said, it is actually really simple to follow. And it comes with a guide to walk you through everything, as well as 2 mini classes. The first one will teach you how to use the meal plan, and the second one will actually help you use the meal plan to help lessen hormonal problems like period pain and endometriosis, if those are challenges that you're facing. I'll leave a link to my Over 40 program in the description of this video if you want to check it out after watching. As always, leave me questions in the comments. I will get back to you there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you catch upcoming videos from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.